Hey, welcome back to the Coffee with Craft podcast. I'm your host, Craft, and today we're going to be breaking down the framework I use to build my freelance editing business, the framework I'm using to build this podcast and my YouTube channel, and how you can use it to niche down and earn money faster, because that's what we're all about here on the Coffee with Craft podcast, helping you, a creator, get to revenue faster. Let's dive into it. So today, like I said, we're going to be clarifying your clients, or if you're a YouTuber, clarifying your audience so that we can figure out how you can niche down so that you can get to the fastest path to revenue. Like I said, this whole thing is very practical about you getting clarity. It's why I call it my Clarify framework. And so we're going to dive right into it today with really kind of this quick overview of what the framework is. Let me move this to the side here for you. But the framework, right, is we're going to clarify the problem. We're going to clarify the audience, clarify the community, clarify the platform, because yes, the community and platform are different, and I want you to understand that. And we're going to clarify the rhythm. And so we're going to dive into it with point number one, clarifying the problem. And this is really, what problem do you solve? For me, when I was building my freelance editing business, I landed on that I help small businesses and YouTubers win back their time, because that's the thing they end up struggling the most with is editing. They don't like the edit. They love the creating part. They love the business part, right? Like that's the thing that gets them more excited than anything else. But the edit, so many YouTubers or so many brand new YouTubers find so time consuming. They find so just overwhelming, right? And most small businesses, man, they didn't get in it to edit videos. They got in it to do their business. And so my job, right, is to come in and help you win back your time. Because imagine if you had 3-4 hours back to invest into your business where you weren't doing a menial task. That's priceless, right? So I clarify the problem quickly. The problem this podcast is solving is helping creators, right, get to revenue faster, because most creators believe you have to wait until you're a part of some partner program, right? Like the YouTube partner program where you get monetized and you're using that to drive your revenue source. I don't believe that's true. This channel earns me money. Why? Because I'm selling products and services like I talked about in the episode before, right? And I found a path to revenue quicker rather than later. You don't have to wait around for revenue to come. If you clarify the problem, you can get to revenue sooner, especially by selling your products and services. And so make sure you're clarifying your problem. Like I said earlier, I help small businesses and brands share their story through videos, and I help creators earn money faster, right? Like I just kind of walked through all of that with you guys because it's vital that we really understand that process. I'm gonna move down here a little bit. Maybe that'll help you guys see that a little better, but really, right? The whole point, right, is that we as entrepreneurs, right, want to solve problems. Our whole goal, friends, our whole goal is to solve problems. What problem do you, solve, and how does that help people get to where they want to go? Let's keep going. Step 2, I want you to then clarify your audience, right? I want you to clarify the kind of people, right, you are serving, okay? I don't like, now that you have your problem, who within that audience, right, are you solving? Because if I said I help YouTubers, right, win back their time, bro, there's millions of YouTubers, right? There are tons of them, right? But I'm not going to help a Mr. Beast style person. Why? Mr. Beast has a team of like 80 people. Right? Like, and I also don't like editing those style of videos, right? Like, so that's not my strong suit. That's not where I want to be. So within that, I look to work with YouTubers who are maybe essentially even brand new. Those are my favorite people to even coach, right? Like I love coaching brand new people in developing video editing systems, right? So like I get really niche within that. Small businesses, I get really niche within. Even this platform, right? This podcast I'm working on, right? Like I'm starting to figure out what it means to niche down on this podcast. We're starting with a bit of a broader niche, but hopefully over time, we're going to kind of narrow in and center in, right, on the type of creators that we're going to help earn revenue faster, right? But these practical steps are for everybody. And once you clarify that audience, right, it brings clarity to who you're solving, and you're not going to shoot at everybody, and you're not going to accept every single opportunity. Let me share a story with you real quick. I accepted an opportunity when I first started freelancing to help edit an indie feature film. It was an amazing opportunity. I loved it. It was fun, but it's not what I'm normally best at. It was my first feature that I edited. And did I get paid for it? Yes. Was it an awesome experience? Yes. Would I do it again? I don't think so, because it falls outside of my niche. It falls outside of the problems that I solve. It actually hinders me growing my business to the way I want to because I said yes to that opportunity. Was that opportunity fun? 1,000,000%. Did I need to niche down a little bit further and maybe say no to that opportunity? Also, yes. When you clarify the audience and you've clarified the problem and you kind of mesh those together, you won't say yes to every opportunity that comes your way. You'll be strategic about the opportunities that you accept because they will benefit your audience. Let's keep going together. Also, my Malwarebytes is just popping up there on the screen. Sorry about that, gang. Let's do this. Clarify the audience. So once again, my audience, small businesses and YouTubers, new freelancers and new YouTubers, right? Like that's where I'm kind of like sticking in my sweet spots of my personal audience, like I was describing. Let's keep going. Step 3, clarify the community. What this means, right, is where does your audience live? Where does your audience live? What platforms are they on? Obviously, YouTubers are on YouTube. So I need to be on YouTube, right? YouTubers also predominantly are on Twitter. A lot of them are talking and communicating and giving thoughts on Twitter regularly. It's where I go to connect with YouTubers who are also new freelancers or other freelancers who are ahead of me in the journey. It's one of those big deals for me to be on that platform, reaching out to people in the DMs strategically to connect with them, right? Figure out where your community lives, right? So that you can strategically be a part of it, right? That doesn't mean you necessarily need to create on those platforms, right? Like if you need to like be like an expert of those platforms, no, right? You just need to be a part of those platforms. And so I'm a part of YouTube and I'm a part of Twitter, right? It just so happens they're a part of my posting strategy and they're a part of my platform strategy, which I'm going to share with you in a little bit. But, right, I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I create on there for fun. They're not platforms that I'm using to build my business. Are YouTubers on Instagram and TikTok? Yes. Am I connecting with them primarily through those platforms? No, right? Like the primary platforms I'll connect with them on, I'll share with you in a little bit, but I still live there because I love to go there and see what people are talking about and see what people are engaging about. So know where your audience lives. And so where do they hang out? This is, once again, I simply said just a minute ago, my audience hangs out on Twitter and on YouTube. But step 4, right? Clarify the platform. This is where I want you to get into your posting strategy. As an entrepreneur, as a creator, right? I want you to clarify the platform you are going to create on. There are some people who need to create on medium.com. That is a blogging site, and that's the site you need to, as a creator, create on because you're a blogger. You're not a YouTuber, and the people you want to serve read. They don't watch videos, and that's completely okay. Just know that about yourself before you go into this process, right? But clarify the platform that you yourself are going to create on. So I create on 2 platforms. I create on Twitter and I create on YouTube. I'm going real hard on Twitter right now, and I'm going really hard on YouTube. And so let's break down the rhythm of that, right? And so the rhythm is how often you show up. So people know when you show up and how frequently you are going to show up. I'm building the rhythm of this YouTube channel right now and of this podcast. And this podcast is a daily podcast, right? It's Monday through Friday. We really want to get hunkered down into that idea that we're producing 5 podcast episodes a week. They're coming out every morning for the audience so that they can grow with us, right? So that's the rhythm. For Twitter, my rhythm is I've been building and it's been pretty exciting. So let's dive into that real quick. So right now, the goal with Twitter for me is 20 engaging tweets a day, right? I want to create 20 engaging tweets a day. And I've kind of broken this down into 2 sections of 10, 8 jabs and 2 right hooks for me personally, right? So that's things I'm personally tweeting. That's value I want to bring to people. That is engagement I want to bring to people, right? Like that's what those jabs are, right? But the right hooks might be talking about this podcast episode. Another right hook might be talking about a service I provide or a product I am selling. And then I want to go to other creators and have 10 thoughtful responses that I am giving them. I want to give 10 thoughtful responses. I don't just want to be like, man, great thoughts, Roberto Blake. No, right? Like I want to actually get in there and provide value to the conversation and share a meaningful insight that I am gleaming from someone else's tweet. That helps you be engaged and be a part of the community. And so I want to do just that. And so my goal is about 20 tweets a day. I'll be real with you. I haven't hit 20 tweets a day every day. I've come close about every day. Every day I'm hitting around 15, 16 tweets a day. And that's a lot. Like that's a lot of tweets throughout the day when you're also producing a podcast, other long form videos, have a 9-to-5 job, and you're married, right? Like, so I haven't hit that 20 goal yet, but it's something to strive for. And my app on my phone reminds me of it frequently. It does a little ding and says, hey, have you tweeted yet? And it reminds me of like, okay, I need to stop. I need to think for like 15 seconds about a thoughtful tweet that I can share with my audience. Let's keep diving into this and talk about YouTube for a second. The goal, as I shared a little earlier, is 5 podcast episodes a week and 1 long form video a week. This long form video a week, right, is either tutorial or YouTube strategy. Because I'm a video editor, right? I love sharing video editing tutorials. You'll find color match tutorials on this channel. You'll find how to do a glow effect outline on this channel. You'll find how to do a couple other tutorials on this platform, even some like free products that you can use to make your videos better, right? I also, right, am talking about YouTube strategy, and I want to share YouTube strategy with people. And so my long form video once a week could either be, right, a tutorial or YouTube strategy. It really just kind of depends on the direction of that week and the videos that have been written. I have a whole list of page and like ideas and scripts that I'm kind of walking through right now. Right. But using the Clarify framework, I want you to comment below your outline. What is the audience you serve? Right. What platforms do they live on? What problems do you solve? Right. I want you to share all of those, because when you start to like bring clarity to your business or to your creative endeavors, right, it narrows your focus and it allows you to A, grow faster, and B, earn revenue faster, because that's the goal, right? We want you to earn revenue faster. And the way you earn revenue faster is by growing faster. And you can't grow fast by hitting every single person on the face of the planet, right? I can't grow fast by editing indie features when that's not my niche, right? No, I need to niche down and work with new YouTubers and small businesses. And the same is for you, right? Like you can't do everything, and that's okay. So clarify what you can do and strive to do it. Do me a favor, if you enjoyed the video today, comment below your Clarify framework and go ahead and hit me with that like and subscribe button. And do me a favor, if you want to keep learning, click right here so that you can do just that. And I'll catch you tomorrow.